Poor goddamn computer. Okay. So we're making a bee for designed for 3D printing. I've seen a couple, but they mostly appear to be made for God, my brain's broken. They mostly appear to be made for game purposes. And making one for 3D, it's a little bit different considerations. So we're gonna make. I kind of want to make a lamp. So we're gonna make her a lamp, and she'll be meant to be printed and transparent, so you can thread lights through her. And I actually found some lights on Amazon I think I'm going to use where the lights are music reactive, so you can basically play music and the lamp will react. I think it'll look cool. We'll see if I can actually do it. I'm not sure. We'll try. So first thing, of course, we're going to do is we're going to have to do Model B. Just edit this a bit somehow. Don't like people seeing some of my details. We're going to just... I don't want to not show anything, but got a little bit of a sliver there. Probably be okay. Okay. I'd rather have that than my toolbar. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into edit. Let me get my little... Is this the right one? Maybe I should play the other one. Let's get the other. Okay, let's do file now. Harmy, you get up, you come cuddle. My dog's incontinent, so I have to watch her all the time. Harmy, get up. Get up. Get up. She leaves the room and I worry about her. I make sure. Do I have the a couple of things showing here? Didn't have anything on this one, thank God. Okay. Mostly I've just been let's get that good. That good. Okay, so I want to make sure. Here we go. So here we go. So this little bit here shows the shortcut keys, and I tend to press a lot of shortcut keys in like quick succession. I don't want people getting, confused. So this will help people not get confused about what the heck I'm doing. So we've added a cube, and we're gonna hit tab. You gonna cuddle with me right now? You gonna sit? There's some books here. Let me get them out of your way. I've been studying Japanese like crazy lately. Maybe this time I can actually, become literate. That's my goal. My goal is to become literate. I can already speak it, but I'm not literate. Harmy, no. You're not leaving the room, honey. You can't leave the room. I have to watch you. Go get in. Go get in. Go on. Don't look at me like you're confused. You know exactly what I'm saying to you. Why is that talking? Oh, I somehow turned on stuff. Cool. Okay. So we've entered tab. And we're going to go ahead and hit Control R. Just going to give us a ring. And we're going to X off just the vertices here. So we have one side only. Try to get the live stream so I can see chat, because I can't see chat. I don't know. Should I be worried about it? I don't think there's anybody going to be watching, so. channel. She started an hour early anyway. Do I even have chat on this? Yep. Hey, Armored. I don't know if you're still here. Okay. He's probably gone. He popped in to say hey. It's not for me to see you. I don't understand YouTube. YouTube, you're horrible. Okay, you're just bad, and you're always gonna be bad. Okay. You could be so much better than you are, YouTube. There we go. I got chat. Okay, I got chat now. Cool. Okay. So we're not gonna do much for the most part. Like I said, we're mostly gonna be modeling this for 3D. So we're gonna start, I don't know why, but I always start towards like the center. Oh, I forgot something here. How long have I been doing this? I still forget stuff sometimes. Cool. Okay. So you want to hit clipping here, because what that does is it makes it easier to see stuff. Very, very succinct there. Solidify is not working for some reason. Oh, I didn't want solidify. Why did I hit solidify? I wanted subdivision surface. There we go. That's it. Okay. So what that's going to do is it's going to be more geometry without me actually having to do work. Because that's what I want. And we want to hit this button here, which is going to give us the correct, or at least better stuff. Let me get some... I need a third monitor. I really do, because I need one to be modeling, another to look at reference, and then another to look at chat. I'll probably make do without it for right now. Like that one. I'll go with that image there. Like I said, we're actually going to have to make her slightly thicker than she actually is in Helluva Boss. Just because I want to put lights in her. And I can't do that if it's too skinny. And she is stupid skinny, but lights do not care. They want space to be put in. So we're gonna go ahead and make her for 3D printing and some lights to be put in her. Which I think will be fun. But you know, I have a weird sense of fun. Okay. Now, I'm not going to bother too much messing with her chest because she actually has a top. And I'm not going to worry too much about that because since she has a top, you're not really going to have to do too much work with it. Now, I'm going to take it off this clipping for a second here, and I'll show you why in a second. So I've got these two polygons selected. God, I just forgot the word for them. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. Or at least not as much as I used to. Man, I used to use Blender all the time. It was my childhood. So, basically, when I was going to college, I went to a 2-year college for game design. And then I went to a 4-year college for programming and computer stuff. And let me just tell you that the computers in the programming section are not terribly great at doing graphics. Why am I on the wrong side? What's going on? Probably the subdivision surface. I'll have to fix that in a second. So I remember once when I was working in the lab. It was a gaming college, so you know, let's just say the guys were not what I'd call gentlemanly. So every time I'd model certain areas of the body, because I really liked character animation, they'd come in and make weird comments. It was great. Something like this, they'd come in and gone, "Oh my god!" It's like, yeah, dude, I have to model their bums. I'm sorry. They need bums too. Come on. Stop doing that, Blender. I don't know if you can see what's happening, but when I get it too close, they're like merging together. I don't want that, Blender. I don't want that. Did I have to? Oh, I had Blender. I'm sorry, Blender. That was my fault. Had the God, why can't I remember words? Had the special thingy on. Okay. So I mess around up here, which gives me different feelings, etc. So we're going to go ahead and pretty quickly just... And I probably spent more time on this than I should have because I was being a dumb person. Senality's hitting quickly. Okay. So what I was kind of doing there is kind of giving her hips. She's got fairly thick hips, so oh, that's fun. How did that happen? Okay. We're gonna turn off the clipping again. It's great when it works, but sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Scale Z. How did I do that? Z0. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us slightly better. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's okay. And once we finished with the base model, probably add some sculpting on top. So I want to do several things with it. I want to make it animatable, etc. Giving her a bum. Nice little bum there. Control R gives me another ring there. Got that. Go. Yeah. This is one of my teachers were also students at the same time. Like I said, it was community college, so the qualifications were less, so you could be a student and a teacher at the same time at the college. So a lot of my teachers were actually students with me, and they'd come in the middle of like class and just go, "Whoa, what are you doing?" I'd be like, "Dude, I'm modeling. I'm making a bum. I'm sorry. Sorry that anatomy's, you know, something you can't deal with." Okay. I do not like this bit here. I want to take it a little bit down. It's a little bit too detailed there. So, a decent enough bump for what we're going for. I'm going to go ahead and go down. I want to give her as close to like, how would I say? My computer froze. This is fun. Okay. Where's my Coke? I would really like a Coke. Where did my Coke go? Yes, I know where it is. Got fly. Flies happened days ago. And, basically a couple flies. I left the door open for too long, and a bunch of flies flew in. And my roommate, my ex-roommate, was pretty horrible. And basically, I've been trying to get rid of her for a while. And she left, so I was doing some cleaning, and I opened up the What did I do there? Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're gonna give her some knees. And again, like I said, this isn't gonna be completely on model because if I do that, she's gonna be way too skinny to fit lights through. So she'll be mostly on model with some thicker legs. So I can make her like stand and stuff. Let me see what her legs look like. I think I may be getting her legs wrong. Does she have like the furry legs? Yeah, gotta fly. Love it. She might have the furry legs. Give me one sec. She's in that one, but I'm gonna look at the legs particularly. Everything's like okay. So here looks something like that. So yeah, that's not helping. I think it's okay. Yeah, she has furry legs. So we're not going to do human legs. Go ahead. Give this. It's not too hard to change them though. Okay, going out a little bit. The thicker side there. And I think I want her torso slightly taller. Yeah, my roommate actually, like, it was really strange. So, she never showed up. Like, she was never home. And my cat likes to run out the door. So I just had to, like, stay here all the time in my room. Like, trying to keep my roommate from letting my cat out all the time. It was so stressful. Like, the cat almost got lost twice because she wouldn't show up for like 3 weeks. I leave food all over the counters and stuff, and then show up and be like, wouldn't tell me she was showing. She showed up once for like 4th of July. Showed up, didn't no warning or anything, just showed up. The arms themselves can be thicker here, and the reasoning being is they're not going to be weight bearing at all. So the hands I can go whatever I want, and she's actually got 3 hands. I think I can like do that because she's supposed to be kind of like fly-ish. That's what Beelzebub is, like the Lord of Flies traditionally, and pretty obvious it's not exactly what she is, but you know, Okay. Do you want to add more there? Okay, I want to add more there, but I want to add it in a specific way that's going to give me better geometry here. So we're going to add this here. Grab it back a bit and then extrude and then scale here. Take off the tool I was using earlier. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us kind of like the hint of an app here, or at least the start of it, for when I start actually sculpting and adding detail here. Let's do like a little bit there. Yeah, some other streamers actually show up on my stream, and I kind of don't know what to think about it. Like, on one hand, I know that they're just trying to show support, but other times I think maybe showing up for 5 minutes and then, or like a minute or so and disappearing might hurt me in the algorithm. Because YouTube kind of tracks, like, if someone doesn't stay, it kind of tells YouTube that it's a bad stream, and it won't show it to other people. So I understand like showing up to my stream to say hey, but at the same time, I think it actually hurts, not helps people. I don't really care. I'm not really that interested in streaming. I mean, I like doing it, but I'm not good at it. I'm horrible at it. I know I am. There we go. Now this. Mostly consistency is my problem. That, and I don't really socialize a lot, so I can, but it's not something I'm horribly good at. And I get really annoyed at people a lot, so. Okay. Like what you can see here is I'm trying to get this loop here to be closed. So it looks good. I don't know how to describe it. I've been character modeling for 10 years. I don't know. As a hobby, I've never been professional. Like ever. Kinda. At one time, I was like a game artist or whatever for the military. Problem was, I could program and no one else could. So guess who got stuck with all the programming? And then once you start making enough mistakes, they get rid of you. I've kind of stayed with my current job too long, because basically, like, I'm decent. But the problem comes when people start thinking you as magic. I'm not magic, I'm just me. So they start thinking of you as magic, and that causes problems. Okay, kind of like that. As geometries go. And then actually if I can like... This isn't smooth shading, this is polygonal shading. Oh, there's my Coke, I found it. So addicted. I'm so addicted. Okay. So we're gonna go face here. Shade smooth. And that's actually gonna show us some problems here. Yeah, so what's this? Hello. Hello. I see that. Your bum is not happy, is it? So, I'm gonna fix her bum crack. Because it's not happy with me right now. She's wearing pants, so we don't really need to have, like, a super detailed bum, since we're not going to. Her shoulders are a little bit too wide, so we're going to take them up here a bit. Rotate them maybe? No. I know people a lot of people sculpt, but I've been doing this a while and I'm not as comfortable with doing that. I probably should learn. Maybe next project I'll learn sculpt better. Not hardly great at it. Okay. So we've kind of got a base foot thing. Like I said, we're going to go for a little bit more of a thick, not completely on model, so we can get her to stand better. Can work on her foot. How many toes does she have? These are the questions I should figure out before I start modeling. How many toes? It's not 3, I don't think. I think she might have the normal number of toes. And of course, they don't have like any pictures of her feet. What kind of pervert am I looking for an anime character's feet? Jesus. I'm not feet pictures. Okay. I'm gonna go with 3 toes because it seems like classical. Different ways I can fix this so it looks that way. Let's see here. Let's do this. And scale, what is it? X? Sounds good. Okay. So now we can have 3 toes. So this one is the main one. And this one. And those look crappy, so I have to fix them. Turning off clipping real quick. So I don't have to worry about them merging together like some sort of deformed thing. See, go for 3. I'm gonna go from the side and have like this bit. Ooh. Grab. Yep. Okay. Right now my job's really boring. It's so boring. It's, and like I said, I've stayed here way too long. I'm kind of concerned about it because, like I said, people start thinking of me as magic, and then that's when the problems arise because I'm not magic. But sometimes I do stuff people don't think are possible, and then they're like, "Oh, you're magic," and then when they find out I'm not magic, I get fired. So. Not to mention, they don't pay me enough to be magic. I'm not being paid enough to be magic, but they think I am. So. I just have way too many skills. That's what happens. So, people who don't have many skills don't know what I'm doing. And they think I'm not magic, I just know a lot of things. Because, I'm ADHD and I don't like, sitting there and concentrating on one thing forever. ADHD. It's great. Yeah, I don't really understand YouTube. I think it's really bad for streaming. But I also hate Twitch. So, Hey, Harmy Barmy. Hey, sweetie baby. No, you can't leave the room. I'm sorry. No. No, come here. Harmy, treat. Treat. Come here. I have a hot dog. Come here. Come on. Get up. Come cuddle. Get up. Come cuddle. You can't be out of the room with me. Come on. You have to be in the room with me. Come on. Get up. Don't look at me like that. Go sit in your go sit in your bed, okay? I know. I'm sorry. I really need you to like stay with me. 'Cause every time you leave the room and I'm not watching you, it becomes a mess. Good girl. Sit down. There we go. Oh, I'll have to end this soon, I think, huh? Okay. So we've got basic base. Harmy, no. Get up. Come cuddle. Get up. Come cuddle. Come on. Okay, so we got basic. Harmy, I love you, but no. I'm sorry. And then maybe I can get her waist a little bit skinnier. Not too much. Good girl. Good girl. I know. Play again later, okay? Love you. I don't know what I would do if I wasn't working from home. She doesn't do well with other dogs either, so doggy daycare would be out. She's got a little bit of a sway back, doesn't she? Like the old Monster High dolls used to have a really swayed back. And a lot of people didn't like it. Some people loved it, and some people hated it. But it was a really swayed back. This neck is way too big, isn't it? Let's do. Yeah. Give her a nice neck and neck. Kind of a little bit on her biceps. And if it's one thing I have in common with gym bros, is that I know all the muscle names. That's probably the only thing I have in common with muscle people. You know, that's all I know. Okay. And I really am going to have to make her have 2 legs. I wonder if people watching me get dizzy. I probably get dizzy watching me. See here? But I have to look from every angle repeatedly in order to make this work. Trying to make her arms look less stupid. And then when I'm done with that, I'll have to redo them because I'm going to do them a second time. So I'll copy them at some point. So she's got tentacles. That wasn't my intention, I swear. Her arms are not going to have any lights in them. It's going to go mostly through her body, which is what I'm intending. So I don't have to worry so much about that. And honestly, I want to redo the geometry of like her upper body here. I don't think it looks very good. And this is causing me issues already. And again, it's not a game character. It's going to be a 3D model that I'm supposed to print. So we want easy to print 3D shapes. And some of that will be the pose. I have to choose a pose. So all the lights, etc. go through appropriately. Okay. So we've got let's start adding some clothes, I guess. So she's got this very special like V-top here. Do I want to give her, how flat a stomach do I want to give her? About right there. She's a pop star. She exercises a lot, eats well. So now, do I want to go up here or down? I can go up, make the top like that. I think that looks better. We're gonna do that. What we're doing is giving her a slide top. Technically, I could give her clothing on top. But again, I want this to be a 3D printed model. And in order to do that, the clothing has to be part of her body. So she's got some shorts right here. Scale those out. Okay. She's got that. Now let's make it look not dumb. Why am I so... Yeah. Okay. It's gonna work okay right there. We're gonna take this down quite a good bit because I want her to be thick, but not that thick. I thought it was going to be covered by the tail anyway, so I don't know why I'm bothering with this. Okay. So I'm gonna, what is it, Alt? Click, and that's gonna give me a ring. And then you can do the extrude, and then Alt S. Basically give you, wow. Nope, Alt S. Wow. It's horrible. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're giving myself, or giving the character, the lines from the clothing. Just, I didn't want to do it like stupid obvious, but let's give another ring here. So when we 3D print it, the details are maintained because it's not going to be in color. None of this is able to done with textures. It's always been on geometry. Probably should learn sculpting at some point, but I'm being lazy. Because when you do sculpting, you actually have to do this part also. I know it seems like you don't, but you do. Okay. So now this part, we could do her tail next, which would be fun. Or start on her head. Or her hands, which I'm actually avoiding. Let's do her top. Okay. So here, I'm going to take the knife tool. And we're just... Oh, maybe not. I think we can do this without the knife tool. If I'm freaking lucky. So... I'm going to select these bits here. Right. And then these bits here. Make her a top. Okay. So we're going to extrude it first, make some more geometry. Alt S. Now for Jesus Christ's sake. We need to have clipping. So extrude, so E, and then Alt S. If I can get, yeah, yep. My computer's hating me right now. It just hates me so much. Okay. Oh god. About there. We're good. Thank you. Okay. So we're gonna start shaping here. And it's more of a triangle shape here. Go ahead from the front. And this appears to be more rounded here. Now, there's a bit of a hang off here. And I think we can get away with it. Not really something 3D printing will love, but I think we can get away with it, so we'll add it here. What we kind of want to do is we want to take these two polygons here, see them? Delete them. They're not good. They're not good vertices. You want to get rid of them. So go here and clipping. And connect them for the top. And again, we're just kind of shaping it to look kind of like there's... We want there to be anatomy beneath it. But pretty obvious that it's also covered. And if you look beneath here, we're going to have to fix this real quick with some better geometry than what was there before, because it was bad. Oh. Actually, we may even want to... That's bad geometry too. Yeah. Take these two here. I can just do that. Didn't like it. Nope, it did not like that at all. So here maybe. And then maybe. No, I didn't like that. That's a conversation. I just lose it most of the time. Some of the normals must be flipped somewhere. It's causing it to be confused. It doesn't know what it's doing. So when I do this, it hates me. It just literally hates me. I can force it though. Take this edge here and hit E. And then what I can do is I can take that vertex, and merge. And force it to do what I want it to do. And that's what I wanted it to do. And you can see now how that looks pretty sturdy. So that way when I 3D print it, it's not going to be as nail-bitingly horrible. Otherwise, I'm going to be like biting my nails the entire time I'm 3D printing. Okay. So I got that. Got that. Clean that together a bit. See that? That's bad. I don't like that, but it works, so we're gonna go with it. It's horrible geometry. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Oh well. I'll fix it. I'll fix it in some other stage. I'll fix it later. Okay. So she actually has a heart here, and we have to add the heart. I mean, it's pretty iconic. Looking here to make it look like a top. Also, it's gotta be geometry. You can't have this not be geometry, because otherwise it won't read well. For what we're using it for anyway. Okay. If I wasn't using this for 3D printing, I would do this mostly with textures, because it would make it so much easier. Okay. Now here, we're gonna be bad and use the knife tool again. What we're kind of trying to do here is cut in a heart. Here, I think that's a pretty good space for a heart. Add like a ring here. Oh, does not like that. Okay. Now let's see what this does. Oh, it does not like that. I don't blame it. Let's make this look less crappy right here. So 3D modelers are a little bit obsessed with quads versus polygons. So it's the hardest shape. Make it a little bit more hardy, and it needs to be smaller, like it's way too big. I don't know if I can even see what I'm actually looking to try to make here, but it's trying to make like a heart shape and then extrude it to make it geometry based instead of. But I also have to like keep the shapes I already had. There. That one too. Okay. Yeah, that's bad. That's when I cut in the shape that I wanted, and I didn't worry about anything else. Now it's biting me in the bum because my subdivision service is taking its toll. Subdivision service is going, what are you doing, you moron? It's that try there, especially, I can tell. You would think it'd be a simple shape to make, but no. Geometry hates me. Yeah, it's about the time where my other professors would come in and be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'd be like, "I don't know, I'm making a character." And they'd be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." Like, yeah, dude, cool. You're like a college A student. Eh, okay, so we're trying to do here is to make it more round, I guess, but keep the shapes I already have. So we extruded a bit. Now we're adding volume. I don't know how else to say it. We're adding volume, okay? I feel like this is one of the parts that you kind of gonna make it or break it. So yes, I am paying official attention to it. Okay. Now, go. Now this sleeve here, it's a little bit too thick, I think. No. Does she have? Yeah, she does. She has some tatters on this. I think I can add those easy enough. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to take away, well, I guess clipping you kind of won't. So I'm going to extrude here. Oh, grab it a bit. Scale. Okay. Right here. Oh, what the heck am I doing? Now that I've got the geometry, I have to shape the geometry so it looks correct. I'm taking a special care with this because one of the more iconic parts of her outfit, the other parts are just like it's a pair of shorts and some socks. But this part, I think if you don't get it right, it doesn't look like the character. So, especially as it's going to be one color, because it's going to be a 3D print. If it wasn't going to be a 3D print, it'd be easier to make it look like her, but it's going to be a 3D print. I can't get my 3D printer to work, so I remember like I'm kind of like I'm pretty decent at 3D printing. I've built my own 3D printers, etc. And like from scratch. It's actually not profitable. Like it used to be, you did that because printers were so expensive. Like they were $7,000 or something like $700, something like that. Now they're so cheap. It's not really worth it to build your own printer. Harmy, where are you going, honey? Come on. No, my dog's incontinent, so I'm trying to keep her in the room as long as possible. Army, come on, honey. Oh, I know. Okay. Yeah. Let's take it to some sculpt here. And what I do with this is, well, that's interesting. I think I've masked off anything. Why is it doing that? So what we can do is we can smooth out some stuff here. Make it look more like we want it to in a faster manner than we were doing originally. And I've been meaning to learn to sculpt better, but I'm so set in my ways now. That's some of like the basics. So I'm gonna take the tools here, speed my process up a bit. Where did that mask come from? I don't know the sculpting tools that well. I freely admit that. I don't know. Oh, smooth as I could grab. Now the funny thing about these tools is, I don't know if you know what ZBrush is, but years and years ago, probably 2014, I want to say 2013, there was a small project called Sculptress. And Sculptress was freaking fantastic. It was a small tool, free, open source. In fact, it was so good, a company bought it. And the company is called ZBrush. And ZBrush sells its tool for $700, I think. It's very expensive. To be fair to them, though, they do not do the subscription service that every other art program does now. Like, you buy the program, you have it forever. So, because Sculptress was open sourced, Blender has it too. So it has the same technology behind it, has a $700 software in the sculpting tools. So it's probably advanced since 2013, but its sculpting tools are still far above what you expect in a little program like this. And actually, I remember Blender used to be able to do more than it can currently. Hi, baby. Hi, sweet baby. But some of the stuff they kind of just abandoned. Most notably, it used to be a game engine, which was really cool. So you could actually just like build an entire game in it. And like I said, they abandoned some of the stuff because it could do everything. No way! Critter, I'm not using I am so just using a mouse 3D modeling. I am not using a tablet for this. No. I refuse. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I was looking for like the character. Sculpt harder. How do I sculpt harder? Do I like that? Just bang my mouth harder. That'll work. I want to make her into a lamp. She's going to be a lamp. Oh, that's not the worst thing I do to my mouse. It takes a lot of abuse. God. This character has 4 arms. I don't know. Do I want to give her 4 arms? I don't know. Maybe. I do want to make her glowy. She's going to be glowing. I'm going to shove an LED up her and then make her glow. Be great. Yeah, I was talking earlier about like how I don't really understand anything that gym bros say except for muscles. So they start talking about muscles, and I'm like, yeah, pectorals, deltoids. The only thing I understand. They sit there and talk, and I don't understand anything they say except for the muscles. I was also complaining about YouTube being horrible, because it kind of is. Apparently Google, I don't know, Critter, did you hear about I don't know, you heard about the lawsuit Google's going under now. There's a big lawsuit with Google right now. Like, what happened with Google is they admitted that they're changing people's searches to make them more money. So let's say you searched, I don't know, bed and breakfast. They're going to change that to be like Airbnb. So if you search bed and breakfast, they'll change it to Airbnb because Airbnb is going to pay them more money. Just think about that. So they're in big trouble right now. Big trouble. But I mean, I said that so many times, and they never get in trouble. So our politicians are so corrupt. Trying to make the arms look less stupid. Oh yeah, Google's been changing searches because they have 90% market share. And on paper, we have something called antitrust laws, which are supposed to basically mean that a company can't get so big that it has 90% share of a market. But during the Reagan era, they decided that the bar was actually that as long as they provide a better service to the customer, they'll let antitrust slide. So Google is now in the position where it's providing a worse service, a documentable worse service, and has 90% share. So not only does it break the previous version of the FTC's guidelines of monopoly, but the current guidelines too. I wouldn't be surprised. They're so crooked. But, the hospitals are in trouble too. Because the hospitals were they had like a law written that, I don't know if you know, but America's healthcare system's screwy. So if you call a hospital and say, hey, I need this procedure done, they can't tell you the price because they don't know it. So the government kind of went and said, hey, that's kind of bad. You're able to tell people services. Like for, simple things. How much does a colonoscopy cost for one? And they haven't done it. So they're getting in trouble too. Who knows if they'll actually get in trouble? But in theory, if everything was going right, they'd be in trouble. They're not going to be. It's gonna be horrible. But yeah, I hate hospitals. I hate them even though I don't ever go to them. Yeah, I figured it would be alien. So, like, you call a hospital, they can't tell you the price for common procedures. Yeah, that's what the law said now. The law said hospitals have to put the prices of common procedures on the website. So that way, like, if you're going to get a colonoscopy, you can compare prices. The problem is only 10% of the hospitals have done it. Only 10%. So, we'll see if anything comes of that. Probably not. And I think there was someone on TikTok who basically went, I've never seen a company that said the reason we're not going to share you prices is to provide better service. They actually said that. And on their website, they were like, we're not going to show you your prices so we can provide you better service. It's crazy. There's actually, like, if you ever go to America, which I don't know if you're ever going to, but if you ever go to America and you go to hospital, God forbid, they'll send you the bill. Do not pay the bill. You call the billing service and argue with them for a while until they get the price down to what it's supposed to be. They're actually counting on you just not fighting them about the bill because they'll charge you for wrong things. Yeah, that's basically it. So I just pray I don't get sick all the time. A lot of people around here do. Yeah. My mom used to talk about death panels. She's a big Republican. We still have death panels, but they're private companies and not, doctors. So, whatever. Can you imagine, like, yeah, it's basically you do not pay it. You go and you go and you yell at them a lot, and then you get a cheaper bill. It's all corrupt. The prices are made up. The prices actually are hurt by insurance, because what happens is, I always end up telling you things about America. Kind of sad, but so the prices are actually designed to make the insurance companies feel like they got a better deal. Nobody's actually ever supposed to pay those prices. Only people who don't have insurance pay those prices. And it's just so crooked. What did I do to this forehand? But yeah, the prices that people pay are never supposed to be paid. You're cheaper than therapy? Critter, you are cheaper than therapy. Did you hear the police showed up for my roommate? I was sitting here working on learning Python and Redis, I think it's called. And the police knocked and were like, hey, is your roommate here? And I was like, well, she wasn't technically my roommate, I don't think. And then they were like, oh, but we're looking for her. And I was like, oh. So now I'm afraid to get another roommate. I'm like, oh no. What if it happens again? Yeah. I think it was just they wanted to repo her car. But it's got me skeevy. I'm skeevy. They were trying to get her, I don't know. Like, I cannot get the girl to answer text messages or emails or, you know, tell me when she's going to show up in the middle of the night and smoke a bunch of weed and disappear. So, I don't know. I don't know. She nearly got me kicked out of the apartment, so we're not going to bother with her. I'm probably never going to see her again, and that's fine by me. It's fine by me. Mm-mm. Be good. Be good. You're especially cheaper than American therapy, which is, you know, of course, outlandish. Lovely. I was watching a Chris Abroad. I don't know if you've seen that show again, but they were talking about $200 apartments in Tokyo. Oh no, it looks so good. I was like, oh, imagine $200 rent apartments. Granted, it didn't have a bathroom, but $200. But no, I think I got ADHD. So, I think what happened is she hasn't paid her car bill for a while. I think. I don't know. That was the impression I got from the police officer I was talking to, though. And he can't give me details, of course, but I was just kind of like, can you give me like a hint so I can tell her? And I emailed her and stuff. God knows if she read it, but I don't know. Like I said, her dad was paying for everything. I don't know, like, did her dad drop her? I'd be completely like, even if she's been treating me crappy, I'd still like help her if she came to me, but she never comes to me. She never came to me at all. I'm gonna give her the end of her sock. I don't know what to call this. It's just kind of supposed to look. I don't know if you like Avril Lavigne from like the 2000s. It does look like that, like skater aesthetic. What are the odds you end up living in someone's cupboard for $200? It was better than a cupboard. I mean, it had a kitchen. It didn't have air conditioner, which Tokyo in summer with no air conditioner sounds. I'd die. No, if I went to Japan, you can actually get $200 apartments, but you just have to travel longer. So you just have to live on the outskirts of Tokyo, and you can have a house for $200, or like 500. So the reason it's $200 is because it's close to the train and close to downtown Tokyo. But if you want a $200 apartment, you can live on the outskirts of Tokyo. There are plenty of apartments. You'd have to travel an hour or two every day. But there are apartments for $200 on the outskirts. And honestly, I'd rather buy. With my animals and me being a foreigner, I'd rather buy. But that would only be if I was I couldn't do that in Tokyo. Could do it possibly in Fukuoka, which is kind of where I want to go. Because it's kind of like the San Francisco of Japan. So there are three big areas where you could probably find tech jobs. So there's Tokyo, Fukuoka, and Sapporo. Tokyo, everybody goes to Tokyo. So the rents are really high. Sapporo, no. I don't do well with snow. And it's a lot of snow. Some good things about that, in Sapporo and Hokkaido in general, there's like really good building quality for the houses. Because they have to stand up to snow. So they have better insulation. I think it's the only place in Tokyo where you actually have to have insulation in your houses. So there's better insulation and like stuff like that. So I mean, there's good things we had around Sapporo, but I don't like snow, so it's not one of the places I'm looking forward to go. So Fukuoka it is. It's in the southern tip. It's harmy. You can get decent sized apartment for $300. Or like houses in the next neighborhood over are really cheap. And then why? But and Fukuoka is like really modern. Like it's really modern for Japan, and a lot of business people from how do you say Hong Kong are there. So a lot of English speakers there too. So it's pretty. I like Fukuoka because it's cheaper than Tokyo, but it has the same feel as Tokyo, and there are no earthquakes or typhoons. Big thing for me, or at least less, because it's not on a fault line, and it's on the opposite side. The tsunamis and tornadoes and like hurricanes hit. So I like Fukuoka because there are less natural disasters. The rent is cheaper, but it still has a lot of jobs in the tech industry. I can talk way too much about that. But if I had to choose, I'd choose Fukuoka. If I got a job in Tokyo, I wouldn't turn it down. But Fukuoka is where I'd like to go. Also, really good fish. Really good fishing scene. A lot of really good seafood there. Because it's an island. It's not like, there's like 3 parts, or like 4 parts, 5 parts of Japan. So there's like the main island, and then there's Hokkaido, which is like the topmost island. Yeah. And then at the bottom there's Kyushu, which is where Fukuoka is. And then there's another one. I remember what it's like in English what the name is. It's like 6 something, or like no 4 countries island. And then there's Okinawa, which is basically like Hawaii is to America. You can't get to Okinawa unless you get on a plane. So, if I had to choose, I would choose Kyushu because it's in the southern tip. The beaches are amazing. There's less natural disasters. It's a little bit closer to North Korea. But if North Korea is going to hit somebody, it's going to be Tokyo. So, it seems to me like Fukuoka is like one of the where I would want to go. But, you know, that's if I can even go. Cheaper cost of living, plenty of jobs, less competition for jobs because people don't know about it. Just all around, I think I'd go to Fukuoka. I like this really weird bit here. That's gonna be hard to make look not stupid. Yeah. Less natural disasters at Fukuoka. Are you doing Inktober this year? Yeah, that's part of it. Well, it looks stupid. I wonder if I can just do that in paint. I might just get rid of it. Yeah, that looks really dumb. Sculpting is another option. I can do that in sculpting later, maybe. Oh no, I ran out of undos. I haven't heard about that. What's happening there with the Ink Oktoberfest? Sometimes I feel like people make up drama just to have drama. Kind of the reason I don't really like the VTuber scene. Every time I turn around, there's somebody who's going like, "Oh, this person's horrible." What did they do? I'm curious now. God, I hate drama, but like if you tell me about drama, I have to know. And the drama people get into with the VTuber community is never interesting drama. It's always like, I don't know. A lot of YouTubers seem like fake to me for some reason. I don't know. I think some of it's actually made up because if you do drama, I think you get like a lot of boost, even if you're a part of the drama. Like I think you get boosted. I'm gonna have to look that up later. I don't know what unsavory means. Like a lolicon? So I can think of like draw a lolly. I try to stay away from the drama. I don't like the drama. I like watching, you know, our politics are more than enough drama. And I'm very into politics, so yeah. I'm not doing art to be in drama. I just want to make a furry, man. Basically. Let's see. Yeah. I guess that's true. Life is drama or something like that. Yeah, that's my basic premise too. I do not like being part of the drama, but I can't look away either. I don't know, like what if that's like a clinical thing or whatever, but let's make a tail. And like she's actually kind of like a lava lamp. It's kind of neat, which is why I think she'll make a cool lamp. So I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna like break her apart, figure out how to put lights in her, and then she'll be like reactive to lights. I think her support might actually be her tail. Because her tail's really big. And I may just make her swing from her tail somehow. Her tail's kind of amorphous. So we're not going to worry about that. Yeah. God, have you heard about the drama with Trump lately? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. So freaking worried. They're trying to appoint him the Speaker of the House. And I don't know if you know what that means, but if they kill Biden and Kamala Harris, he becomes president without a vote. So he'd be third in line to president if he becomes Speaker of the House. Just picture that. I don't think our founding fathers wanted that. That's fun. I don't either. He may be president again without a vote. And if he does, I don't know if he's going to leave. If they can get him into Speaker of the House, and then if they can get him into Speaker of the House, and they're talking about getting him into Speaker of the House, and then something happens to Biden, well, let's be honest, Biden's so old, anything can happen to him. And then for some reason Harrison couldn't serve, then Trump would be president, and he could pardon himself, and then he'd be dictator for life, basically. I'm not even joking. Like, well, a lot of his trials, unfortunately, are civil trials, not criminal, so he actually can't go to jail for them. And even if he does, he still technically, possibly could be president. So he could win president and then just pardon himself. I'm really glad I've been preparing to move. I just feel so glad. I'm so glad. But yeah, it's been an itchy couple of days. Yeah, he's gonna lose all his businesses, actually. I don't think he understands why. So, on his taxes, he would say, my properties are worth 40 million, so like a somewhat reasonable number. But then when he would take out loans, he would say they're worth $1 billion. So he lied either on his taxes or on his forms to the bank. But he lied either way. So he's like, oh, I can say whatever I want. No, you technically can't. You have to, like, stay with the number between paperwork. I don't think he understands that. He's so used to lying and getting away with things. He doesn't understand. So, but I'm really glad I'm preparing to move. If he does become Speaker of the House, I'm out of here. Out of here. Yeah, he doesn't. So, if he becomes Speaker of the House, I'm out here. Just out. It's very unlikely, but I said that like years ago about him being president too, so I'd just be out of here. Like, I'd give my animals away, take out a loan, I'd get out of here. Call my friends up in Japan, be like, hey, you got a cot? Oh, God. You just got a spare futon? Uruguay's not bad either. I get Uruguay probably easy to my pets. And I can technically still work my job from another country. I've already asked. So I can move to Uruguay probably. Less restrictions and stuff. Wouldn't be ideal. Japan's where I really want to be, but Uruguay wouldn't be bad. And I could get there in a month, so it'd be easier to get to. I hate thinking about this stuff. Yeah. There'd be less than you think. There'd be less than you think. All people don't realize how serious it is. Like, if he becomes House, they'd be like, oh, he's Speaker of the House, and they wouldn't realize what that meant. They wouldn't realize what that meant. They don't teach us a lot of government stuff in high school and stuff, so we don't know how our most Americans do not understand how their government works. They don't understand the laws. They don't understand the governments. Most of them don't understand taxes. So, when something bad happens, they don't understand it's bad. So there wouldn't be any refugees. Until it got really bad. And I don't know at what point it would be bad enough for them to realize stuff was bad. Probably pretty bad. I'd realize it, but nobody else would. Because Americans, the main thing Americans are is they're optimistic. So Americans always feel like they have control of their lives, even if they don't. That's like a big defining feature of them. So it would take a lot for Americans to realize that something was wrong. Of course, there would be outliers, but a lot of them just would not realize something was going on. They would think it would just go back to normal or something. Or they actually they like Trump. A lot of them think that he was good for the economy, and they forget how we had millions of Americans die. They don't remember that. So people tell them, oh, it's bad. They wouldn't think it was bad. They'd think it was normal. There wouldn't be any refugees. There'd be very few. It'd be me and maybe my friends, and that would be it. But I've been planning to leave the country since 2000. So just takes a while because all the money issues and getting paperwork stuff. Because I would say, I told my Japanese teacher, he was like, why are you studying Japanese? I was like, because if Trump becomes president again, I'm leaving the country. And he was like, do you think that's possible? And I was like, yeah. And sure enough, it's pretty possible. So, hey, look, I got ahead. Yeah, there's not going to be many refugees. They'll just stick it out until it's too late. At least 50% of the country likes Trump. You gotta realize, 50% of the country likes Trump. And another, or at least tolerates him. And then another, 20% has no strong feelings about him. And then it's only 30% of the country that doesn't like him at all. It's very troubling. I always talk about Trump. I hate Trump. He makes me upset. But I talk about him all the time. I guess I kind of have to, though. I have no choice. Let's see, scale X. Yes. I think I'm gonna make. I've ordered some transparent filament for this, for my 3D printer. And what I'm kind of planning is I'm gonna have a light go through her. So I'd kind of like it to go from the tail up through her body. And then I'm thinking I may actually, where her shirt is, I'd like to cut her too. And then she's going to actually have like a huge bit of hair here. So it's going to be like that. Let's see here. Oh, God. Ugh. Doesn't look good from the side, does it? She needs a bigger, like, head. But yeah. Halloween's exciting. Do you do Halloween? Or do you not? It's kind of an American thing, I think, isn't it? I guess you're doing like Oktoberfest. Is that Inktoberfest? Is that like Halloween thing? This needs to be thicker for 3D printing here. Well, let me show you the picture I'm looking for. She's not going to stand the way you're thinking. See? This is the pose I'm thinking of. I gotta start thinking about Halloween early. This is the way I'm thinking. So she's actually going to have a giant lamp here. And then the tail is where the light's going to go through. And then it's going to go through. So it's going to be like really lighty. That's what I'm thinking. So the tail is actually going to be where her support is going to be. And then I'm going to get those music reactive lights from Amazon and then string it through them. So I probably got my Amazon. Like that. So I string those through them. And then she'll like light up to music is what I'm planning. And I'm going to make her pretty big. So she's going to have UV sphere probably. Okay. So you can kind of like that. And then I'll print the sphere in 2 bits and then her in 2 bits. So she'll be very big, I think. And then I'll like probably take this bit so she's got like a really heavy base. That's part of the show. Like she has like this giant disco ball she jumps off of. So what I'm going to kind of do is I'm going to maybe make it slightly smaller. But she's going to basically stand on this base. And I think she'll stand up that way. She should. It's a really large base. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to string the lights through here. up through her tail and up through her hair, and then I'm gonna connect it so it reacts to music and then changes colors. That's what I'm planning. We'll see if we can get it done. What's I think the timing's really bad. YouTube's so slow. Where's it? My stuff, my stuff. See. YouTube's crapping out on me. Widget. What? Is it? Oh! I thought about that. I'll have to see how it's gonna, I'm gonna try it several different ways. But you see her tail lights up. I think you're thinking that, the light's gonna go through the pole. It's actually gonna go through the base here. I'll consider it though. But the tail's supposed to light up and the hair. And actually her midsection here is supposed to light up as well. Pose her in a bit. She's going to be printed in transparent, so she should, and then I'm going to paint the parts I don't want transparent with acrylics, I think. Is that going to work? I could also print it with my, you know I have two printers, right? So I could print the parts I want to be transparent, has, what is it? Not acrylic, but resin. So I have a resin printer, so I can print some of the transparent parts in resin if my transparent idea doesn't work. So I have a backup plan. If the transparent PLA doesn't work, what I'll do is I'll separate out the parts I want to be transparent and print them in acrylic. So I'll print the tail in acrylic and the hair in acrylic and the middle in acrylic and the rest in PLA. And that's the other option. I'm going to try it both ways. Let's see her. But her hair is kind of very similar to the tail. Just like a, she's basically supposed to look like a lava lamp. A furry lava lamp. Where's my reference picture again? See, I think, let's see, maybe there's, Trying to see if I can see any pictures of what a PLA, like transparent, would look like with the lights. This thing is gonna take all week to print. Like all week. Maybe 2 weeks. I didn't set up my YouTube settings again right this time again. That's not her eyes, it's her ears. God, I'm so glad my roommate's gone. So glad. Rent's gone up a lot, but oh my god, I'm so glad she's gone. My bike's been really great too. I've been using my bike. I've gotten all the way to the grocery store with it, so that's been great. No more Ubers for me. I think I'm gonna try the movie theater next. There's actually a movie theater within biking distance. I'm a movie theater. Great. Trying to get her hair right. I want it to be very shiny. Yeah, movie theater sounds great. YouTube sucks. I didn't like Twitch so much. That's basically Google's model now. We don't suck. We're not great. I have. Because it's pretty much the only cheap thing to do around here. Like, the normal movies are like $15, but if you go around 12 o'clock on a Sunday, it's $5, which is a really cheap thing to do. I went to go see the Avatar movie. Because I feel like that's the kind of the movie you have to see in theaters, or it's not as good. I went to see Avatar. I got a commemorative cup. I don't remember where it is. Where did I put it? There we are. There she is. It's really hard to get these characters to look right in 3D. I think she's a fennec fox for the most part, but she has like bee elements. No. Well, you know about the writer's strike, right? So that's not surprising. Also, like, we've been talking about how Marvel movies have just gotten so boring, but it's all they want to seem to want to make anymore. So apparently, a lot of the reason they did those movies was because China's market. They were specifically made for China's market, kind of, because they're one of the movies that China would accept because of their like restrictions. So China's a huge market. If you can get into China, like you immediately make more money. So having like a franchise that could make money by going to China every single time was a big money maker for them. But China's not been doing great right lately. So I doubt people are or have money to go to movie theaters. So Jesus. At least I'm not in China. So oh my god, they're going through it right now. It's really sad. I knew it was gonna happen for years. I was watching in slow motion, but finally hit during pandemic. I think it's like what 20 or 30% unemployment of youth. And if you're over 35, a lot of companies say don't apply to this company if you're over 35. So apparently you can only work from like 20 to 35. So what is out at the moment anyway? Let me see. Saw 10. They made 10 Saws. Paw Patrol, the Mighty Movie, and The Exorcist, Believer. So, yeah, you're right. There is nothing good out. Like, you would think they'd at least have a good, scary movie, but no, it's a bunch of remakes. Jesus. What are they doing? Maybe they all got written by AI. Hey, baby. Saw 10. I haven't seen Saw 1. And I kind of like horror, but I kind of like horror, but I don't like gory horror, if that makes sense. I saw. I don't know if you know who Anne Rice is. I love Anne Rice. Jesus Christ, I love Anne Rice. She died recently. I'm so sad. Um, but she did the movies about the Mayfair witches, and oh my God, they've already confirmed a second season, and I'm sort of looking forward to it, but also nervous about watching the second season because I know what's gonna happen. Uh, Anne Rice was a special person. Oh God. Very special. So, trying to, like, I don't know if you want to watch it or whatever, but Anne Rice is, some of it, well, I guess I could tell you about The Mummy, which is, like, my favorite story of hers, but nobody ever hears of it. It's basically like, Ramses the Great who was a famous, like, ruler of Egypt or whatever, fell in love with Cleopatra. Oh yeah, he was immortal. So he lived thousands of years, and he fell in love with Cleopatra. Oh, this one's hard to make look right. But Cleopatra died, so he basically went to sleep for thousands of years. And he wakes up in modern, like, well, I guess it's not modern, but 1800s Europe. And falls in love again. But then they go to, like, Egypt to basically find closure with his long lost love, Cleopatra. And he finds Cleopatra in a museum. Like, he recognizes her. Nobody else recognizes her, but he says that's Cleopatra. Kind of goes insane. Gives Cleopatra immortality. And then Cleopatra also goes insane. And, very good book. She also did a bunch of, like, pedophile stuff too, though, so, and rape stuff, so, you know. Interview with a Vampire, that's her most famous one. I actually did that recently too, it was amazing. I'm not good at, like, making furries. Have I said that before? I like furry art, but I wouldn't consider myself a furry, if that makes any sense. Am I a furry if I like furry art? I don't know. Where do I draw the line? I might be a furry, I don't know. A little bit furry. What? Mommy was never made into a movie. Right now, AMC Plus bought all the rights to all the Anne Rice stuff. And they've started doing some of the more obscure stuff. So, Interview with the Vampire, they did first. It was so good. It was so good. It was kind of different than what she did, but it still held true to, like, the gist of it. They did add a lot more, you know, corn, I think is what the kids are calling it now. Corn. There was a lot of corn. It was corn. It's a lot of corn in that show. A lot of, you know, guy on guy corn. So, my roommate didn't like it. I loved it. I was like, cool. Very Anne Ricey. Yeah. That's what she would have loved. God, I miss her. How am I going to do these eyelashes? That's something I'm worried about. I feel like the head's one of the parts you have to work on really hard. Coca-Cola is now yelling at people for not buying enough Cokes. They raised their price 300%, and then we're like surprised that they stopped selling as much. Oh God. So they're upset now. They're yelling at people. They're like, why aren't you buying Coke? That looks furry-esque. It's actually one of these already, but it's not really meant for... I looked at it because I was like, could I just do this lazily and not actually model it? But I don't think that model's meant for 3D printing. I'm always on keto. Nearly always. It's not like I lose weight on it. But all my family's diabetic. And keto at least keeps me from that. I made a really good soup that's keto this week, actually. It's really good. It's cream of broccoli with chicken. Oh, so good. That's so good. And people always talk to me about how keto is so horrible for you. It's actually really good. If you're eating keto right, you should be mostly eating vegetables. People don't understand that. They're like, oh, you're eating hamburgers. I'm like, no, I'm eating broccoli. God. This face is going to be so hard to get right. But yeah, no, I know keto. I've been on keto since I was like 6. I don't know how good that was for me as a kid. My parents put me on keto because they didn't have much self-control. So because they were on keto, I wasn't overweight, but they were, and they were diabetic, so they were on keto. So because I had to eat the food that they had, I was on keto too since like 6. It's been a long time. I know way too much about that thing. Did you hear about that, what is his name? Oh god, I forgot his name. There was like this guy who was like, that's looking somewhat okay. I don't know exactly what it looks like, but you know what she does need though? She needs eyelashes. Yeah, keto is really good. I feel like every time I get off keto now, though, because I've been on it so long, I immediately gain weight. So I'm just never off keto. Except for cheat days. Oh god, that looks horrible. Yeah, people think it sounds super unhealthy, but it shouldn't be. If you look at it, you're supposed to eat mostly vegetables and then like fats. Yeah, like I say, that's what cheat days are for. Something I do make is I make a pretty good, you can make substitutes though. You can make like cauliflower rice, it's pretty good. And I can actually make a cauliflower sushi with that when I'm on low carb. Then you can make like, there's like this weird pizza thing. I've never made it before, but there's like, let's see here. Then I like chocolate omelets, which I know it sounds weird, but if you look at the chocolate, unflavored chocolate powder, it's not that heavy in carbs. So you can actually take the chocolate powder and flavor like eggs or something like that. Or like take coconut powder or coconut flour, which is a low carb flour, and make like okay stuff. And then meringues are pretty good. So you take like the egg whites, and that's actually probably like the most carby thing. So you take egg whites and you whip them to stiff peaks. And stevia is probably good for you, but any like you know, low carb, low calorie sweeteners. Okay, so you take egg whites, whip them to stiff peaks, and then add like I said, maybe a little bit of chocolate powder and some flavoring, and then like some low carb sweetener, and then you make like little tiny cookies, and those work pretty well for carbs. Like, doesn't taste like a cookie, but it tastes okay. And there's always like cheat days, so and some people actually like argue you have to have. Yeah, I think they're called what are they called? They look like this. They're not that hard to make, and they're very easy to make low carb. They're actually pretty low calorie too. It's literally just egg whites whipped to stiff peaks, and then you put flavoring in them. So normally you put sugar in them, but if you're doing low carb, you could put like, I think you put chocolate powder in them. And then like your choice of flavoring, you could make them vanilla or lemon or whatever you want. And then they're just basically, they don't taste like anything by themselves, so you can add like what you want. Also, Jellos work pretty well. Jellos are also low carb. So if you get the Jello, that's just plain Jello. Or I think there's even like, yeah. Normally you just put sugar in them, but you don't have to. You can put in a sugar substitute, and it doesn't hurt the flavor any. And then it's super low calorie because egg whites are like nothing. And it's not that hard to cook. I've been cooking those for like ever. Then Jello's another really good dessert for keto because it's basically like protein. It's basically all Jello is. So you take plain Jello and you add your flavorings to it, and you're like, yeah. Gelatin works pretty well too. There's also a vegan version of gelatin. I used to mix it with juice, so now you just mix it with you could do like lemon juice, probably. Lemon's pretty low carb. I think. Isn't it lemon low carb? Comparatively, probably. 5 grams of carb for a lemon. So you could do like lemon juice and then like make a lemonade type low carb Jello. Be pretty good. Add the meringue to it. You have basically have pie. So you could actually take like the Jello and add like a lemon juice to it with some like sugar. No, but you take the juice from it, it's 5 carbs. So you take like one lemon's juice, and then like some sweetener of your choice, and then put some meringue on top, and like it would basically be a pie. And the normal recipe would be high carb, but if you just take out the sugar, you could make a low carb version of that. Like I said, I know way too much about keto. For someone who's not like an actual gym bro. I actually used to suck lemons as a child. That's weird. I loved lemons as a child. I'd just take the entire lemon and just eat it. I guess it makes sense. It's one of my favorite flavors now. Other than lemonade, I hate lemonade. For some strange reason. I like limeade, which I think is this pure aid. You know, I really should be looking at my reference. I haven't looked at my reference enough lately. I don't know what I'm doing. Lemon dominance is the best dominance. What are you talking about? Lemon dominance, best dominance. Got some really emo eyes. Let's see if we can make an emo. Gotta make her emo. Yeah, limes are better. I used to like, well, I don't, my dad, I think, is autistic. He didn't like a lot of foods. So if he didn't like it, it didn't come in the house. So my only vegetable for most of my life was green beans, and now I can't stand them. Because that's the only vegetable my dad would eat. So we'd always eat green beans. Now I can't take them. I just hate green beans so much. So bad. God, I hope this 3D prints. I'll be so torn if I... No, I'll probably fix it, though. It's 3-day weekend. I've got plenty of time figured out. Kind of like... Let's see. This goes here. Now. It's just gonna be risky to try. God, the eyelashes. The 3D printer's not gonna like those, I can tell already. But yeah, I love limeade. I have to eat a lot of salt, so there's actually a salty version that tastes a little bit like a Gatorade. So I take limes, lots of limes, and then I add salt to it, and then sugar. Or like, I don't add sugar, I add like, yeah, it's gonna hate it so much. I want it though. I want it. I want the eye. I want the eyelashes. Damn it. I could probably like merge it somehow with this bit. Let's see if we can do that. Take it. Oh god. Oh god. That. Oh god. No, take it. Take it. Yeah, it's not gonna like that overhang too much. This is the part I was like worrying about the most. Mm. Mm. You are definitely a prophet, critter. Definitely not great right there, is it? Let's see. Oh god. Let's take... Try to make it actually work. Oh god. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Oh god. Maybe? We're kind of gonna wing it here. Let's see. Oh. No. Do this. What am I doing? Okay. There? No. What? Good god. Gotta get these eyelashes though. They are necessary. Okay? Oh god, what is that? What did I do there? Yeah. And... it's not like that. Wait. There we go. Okay, I think we got the eyelashes kind of almost merged with the ear. Um, I think it's the only way to do it. Really. With the way I'm going to do it. So, if it wasn't a 3D printed model, that would have been no problem at all. Which is why I said I went and actually found, like, there's somebody else who did a model of this, but it's like a game character. So it's not really gonna work for a 3D printed model because there's a bunch of weird parts that are just not gonna work. She's got like super spiky hair too, which is gonna be another issue. Just issues. Issues all around. What is wrong with YouTube? YouTube's bad. The only thing they have going for it is everybody else is worse. I don't know if you've seen Elon's, like, attempts at streaming lately. It's been hilarious to me, because I hate him. Oh my god. He can't even do the same thing that Twitch has been doing for, like, ever. He should have just bought Twitch if he wanted streaming. I think he singularly handedly, crushed Ron DeSantis, which that pleased me fine. The guy freaks me out worse than Trump, which is hard to do. So yeah. Poor Trump. Poor Elon. He wasn't a douche. I might actually feel bad for him. But he is a douche, so I don't feel bad for him at all. What's wrong? Oh God. What is the color? What is wrong with the color there? Why is it changing colors? Yeah, I basically told people the only reason I'm on Twitter right now is to post art every once so often and then make fun of Elon. That's the only reason I'm still on Twitter. I'm not trying to grow a following on Twitter anymore because I do not see the point. I do not see a point in growing Twitter following anymore. I technically could. I know how to do it, but I just don't care because I know eventually Elon's going to shut it all down. So why bother? His wife suing Grimes is suing him right now. The mother of his children is suing him right now. He's not having a good year. Grimes is suing him right now. It'll be interesting to watch that. That's gonna be fun too. He's the guy who chose to, like, the guy could have just enjoyed his billions, and just, you know, stayed away from us, and he'd have been gone down in history as one of the smartest people ever. But no. Man couldn't leave well enough alone. And decided, yes, I want to buy a failing company. Technically, I don't think he even wanted to buy it. He really didn't. He was just trying to influence stock prices like he was doing Bitcoin and then, you know, Dogecoin. And he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. FTC actually did its job for once. Or is it? That's the SEC, sorry. Too many acronyms. That's the SEC. FTC is slightly different. Oh, I always put a mixture of everybody's brain. Actually, like, that's actually a problem because all the monkeys died. And he went online and said, like, oh, that's okay, all the monkeys were terminal. He doesn't actually know what that means. The monkeys were terminal, apparently, which I saw this on Reddit from somebody who was a medical professional, so who knows, like, how accurate it is. But what they said was terminal does not mean what he thinks it means. The monkeys, let's give her spike here, were terminal, but that does not mean that they were dying. Like, he thinks that they meant they were dying. The monkeys were not dying. They were just meant to be put to sleep when they finished. So they were healthy monkeys. They shouldn't have all died without, you know, help. But they die with all help, and that's concerning. But, you know, there's another acronym, I don't remember the name, but they've said it's okay to start putting brains in humans. So, I guess it's going ahead. Their issue was that, oh God, I read some of the things that happened to those monkeys, and it was bad. I'm not looking forward to, because Elon's already been given clearance. It's already going to happen. So somebody's going to have that brain chip put in their head. Probably with Elon telling them that it's super safe. I saw this YouTube video today and it was crazy. It was crazy. And I was like, I do not want that. And some people have decided it's a great idea. So So here's an Allure article. Do you see this? That's somebody getting their eyelashes done. So it's a machine. Trying to find a picture. It basically had these little robot arms that poke at your eyes repeatedly to add eyelashes. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I do not want. Do not want. And apparently the girl who got it done, it only lasted 2 weeks. So you spend $150 and those little robot arms come at your eyes, and then it only lasts a week. For marginally better eyelashes. No, no, no. No, no, no. God. They really saw like nightmare scenarios from dystopian worlds and were like, yeah, that's what they need. Let's spend all our money on that. Good God. Getting this neck to look okay while also making it thick enough for wires to go through is hard. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Sophia did that. Yeah, that's what we're saying. I'm like, no, 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 no. $150 for that, and it only lasts like a week. I don't care if it makes me look like $1 million. I'm not doing that. Like, especially it only lasts a week. I won't even go get LASIK, and it's less bad than that. Because I know it's only going to last, LASIK's only supposed to last like 10 years. And I don't want to spend like $2,000 and then only have LASIK last like 10 years. And then, you know, those eyes, those things coming at you. I'm not getting those eyelashes done. Robot slips and you just basically became... Oh, what did I do there? I almost have to take my dog for a walk, probably. I'm trying to last tonight. Trying to get Harmony to last to 9. We're seeing if we can do it. So I finished my furry. She looks monstrous. Yeah. That's exactly what it looks like. I'm like, no. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's about time for walkies. Good dog. She's a very good dog. Even if she's getting sick, she's... Oh, well. This is gonna take some finagling. My cat just turned off my computer. Or my monitor. I'm trying to get it back. Okay, got it back. Cat, why do you, like to torture me whenever I'm doing computer stuff, huh? Like, it's okay now, because, I mean, if something happens, I don't cry about it, but when I'm in the middle of work and you do this stuff, I get really pissed at you, okay? It's one of the things in our relationship I really wish would improve. Just don't touch the computer, okay? Can you look at me? Good God. My cat, like, people are like, oh, cats are so aloof or whatever. My cat climbs me all day. Like, I'm cooking, and my cat is trying to climb me while I'm cooking. You talking about, I save all the time. Oh, yeah, I didn't save. That's a good call. B. The capitalization is intentional. If my cat was doing that, I would. You do understand how good my cat is at destroying my computers. My cat has knocked over Cokes. My cat has knocked over entire computers. My cat has jerked cords out of places. My cat is very good at destroying my computer. Printing out a PC cover is the least of my worries. I'll be honest with you, for a long time what I did is I actually had my computer tower in my closet, and then I RDP'd into it, so I'd only lose my cheaper laptop rather than my more expensive tower. But it's harder to do streaming with that, which is why I don't have that set up anymore. I try to do video editing too. So, the only reason I don't have it set up anymore is because of trying to make stuff, which I guess that's an okay trade-off, but one of these days, Cad, boom, straight to the moon, okay? Not really. I do yell at him a lot, though. My neighbors probably wonder what I'm doing. Oh, gross! No! Good God. Nope. Bad. Well, it's starting to look like a furry. Just not the character I want it to look like yet. But that's probably a good first 2-hour session of a speed model. How long do models take nowadays? They've gotten faster, but I don't think I'm that slow. Even though I'm out of practice. Trying to make her look less monstrous. Shape. It's starting to get there. It doesn't look exactly like her. But that's just gonna take some finagling and a little bit of work. And adding geometry. But it looks like a furry at least, so good job there. I can tell it's a furry, I just can't tell which character it is. If I get good enough at this, maybe I can start selling furry art. Not perfect, but I think that's probably a good first 2-hour session, so I'll probably do another one this weekend at some point. Anyway, creator, it was nice talking to you. Hope you had a good night. Enjoy your Inktober. Or, like, whatever you're doing now that Inktober's gone, I guess. I thought about doing, like, a comic journal thing. But I have so many other projects, probably not a good idea.